In ancient Greece, Delphi held a temple that was dedicated to the god Apollo, and it was here that the Delphic oracle would sit, and it would commune with the god of Apollo and receive messages. If one was to visit this temple, they would enter and read 3 maxims that would be inscribed on the building. And these 3 maxims, I think, are really useful when looking at one's own spiritual path. Hi, welcome to Gently Being. The first maxim is one that you've probably heard before, and it is, know thyself. Sounds easy, right? But we all know that this is a difficult one. But I do think it is a powerful phrase to return to and to remember, to check in on yourself, to know what's going on with yourself, and this can help you stay rooted on your spiritual path. The second saying is nothing to excess, and this is just really useful advice for life. But when we're looking specifically at perhaps our spiritual lives, it's a good reminder that we don't want to maybe get overzealous in anything that we're approaching or believing. This is very similar to remembering that Buddhist middle path, the middle way of, not giving up everything, but also not overindulging in things. And the third saying is, surety brings ruin, or it's also been translated as, make a pledge and mischief is nigh. I find both of these translations to be really useful. The first one is to remind ourselves that whenever you think you're 100% sure in anything, but really 100% sure of something that has to do with the divine or your spiritual life, it's then that we tend to set ourselves up for a trap. We have to maintain an openness to everything that is around us and to everything that we are learning. And then also the make a pledge and mischief is nigh. Who hasn't run into that situation? Well, they'll say something like, I'll never, or I always, or I believe blank, and then it tends to be challenged in some way. So I find this third saying in both its translations to be really useful to remember and to turn to when I'm sort of, thinking about and looking on my spiritual life. Together, all 3 can really help an individual live a more grounded, centered life. I should mention that throughout the temple, there were more Delphic maxims that were inscribed within the building, and in total there was 147, but these were the 3 that you would see when you would go into the temple, and I find them to be just really useful to turn to and to think about. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, and hit the bell so you always know when there's a new video. Thanks so much for spending time with Gently Being.